Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachai Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson that is going to set a fire to the Lord's light. It's a little windy right here. We'll move this over a little bit. Right by the highway. So it might get a little noisy, but Lord's will, you know, I can get this video out there, man. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna start in the book of Isaiah, the 33rd chapter. A lot of, you know, same thing every day. People getting put to death. That's part of it, man. You know, people dying. We just hoping that the Lord has enough mercy for us today, so we can make it through the day, because it's not guaranteed that you're gonna make it through. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's the scripture in 1 John. It talks about 1 John. Let me grab it out of my phone. Don't think of tomorrow. Something like that. First John, let's see. I can't remember the precept, but that's what's coming to my mind. 1 John, maybe 2. Nope. Maybe 3. Nope. I'm gonna find it. Second John. Oh, it's 3rd John. Can't find my precept I was looking for. 1 John. Fellowship is. Can't even think of the precept. I think it says you don't want to, you got to say like Lord's will, something like that. Let me see. Make sure you say Lord's will when you do things, man. Make sure you say Lord's will. KJV. Oh, it's James. It's the book of James, Salakia. I thought it was in the book of John. James, the 4th chapter. Let's start there. James, the 4th chapter. James is the brother of Yahweh Shai. James and Jude. We'll look that up in a second. I can't even get the damn verse. One second. 1652. 1652. There. I finally got it. All right, James, the 4th chapter, but I want to verify if I'm right. Is James the brother of Jesus? It says, yes, the book of James is believed to have been written by James, the half-brother of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, if you didn't know that. While the book itself doesn't explicitly state this, traditional Christian interpretation and scholarship strongly suggests that the author is James the Just, who was a prominent leader in the early Jerusalem church and known to be Yahushua's brother. Okay? So, if you didn't know that. It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you, come they not hence? Even of your lust that war in your members. So what does that mean? Let's find out what that means. James 4:1. You know, we know that the lust of the flesh, you're always at war with yourself, man. That's the biggest battle you gotta fight, man. You gotta fight off this world, you gotta fight off these demons, man. Okay? You gotta get in the spirit. It's a spiritual battle. Okay? And sometimes taking time out your day to come serve the Lord. And this is nothing, man. This is nothing. This is a minor thing you could be doing for the Lord, man. This is what he would be doing. He wouldn't be occupied in this world, man. He's not going to be making himself more of an enemy with the Most High. By doing this, hey, you know what side I'm on, man. People know what side I'm on. I'm not on the side of this damn devil, man. This fucked up world. This world's fake anyways. This world is not meant to last. This world's perishing. That's why you saw Hulk Hogan, he got put to death, man. He got put to death, I believe, yesterday from a heart attack or something. I was reading about that earlier today. Ozzy Osbourne got put to death. Dude from Bill Cosby show got put to death. So those are the stars of this place, man. They're dying, okay? But the stars of the world to come, man, they're gonna shine more and more until that perfect day. Okay, according to Proverbs, the 4th chapter. Let's grab that as a matter of fact. So Esau, the light of the wicked is gonna get put out, and the light of the righteous is gonna shine brighter and brighter. So we should be looking forward to this glory when the Lord comes. All right. What is it? Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. Actually, I start at Proverbs 4 verse 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more until the perfect day. So that perfect day is when the Lord returns, and it's just everlasting. Okay, never to have getting that new body. That's a glorious thing, man. You're gonna shine more and more, because after that, it's glory to glory, man, after that. But a lot of us, it starts on this side, man. We're going to go from glory to glory on this side. And some of us, you can already see that they got the Lord's dealing with them, man. You know, if you don't, and you're going to see it more, the more we get afflicted, the more we start to shine even more, even though this world's it's going to get harder and harder, man. Just like in the book of Exodus, the 1st chapter, where you had to get your own brick and your mortar, it's going to be like that, man. It's going to be tough. But you got to expect whatever the Lord going to put you through, man. Just expect that. Hey, it's the better you. Whatever it is. Let me grab this in the book of James 4 and 1. James 4:1 meaning. It says, from whence come wars and fighting among you? It says, James is asking a rhetorical question. Where do your conflicts, quarrels, and divisions come from? Wars refers to ongoing deeper disputes or rivalries, strife between individuals or within a community. Fightings refers to more specific quarrels, arguments, outward clashes. Okay. So what he's basically asking is, man, especially you see that now within the midst of Israel, man. You see people fighting, you know, because of these different doctrines. That's what's going on now. But back then, whatever was causing them to be coming up against each other is what I'm trying to figure out right now. It says, James teaches the external conflict stems from internal corruption. When we are driven by selfish motives and fleshly lusts, it leads to division, strife, and spiritual instability. And that's exactly what's going on here. Of course, people who are standing up for the truth, and those of you who are standing up for filthy lucre's sake, you're going to get put out. You're going to be get pointed out. We're going to put the scopeo on you so we can try to stop that flood of lies, man, that's going to sweep up a majority of these people, man, because that's what Israel believes in, a bunch of lies. But the Lord still sets up men to rebuke these false prophets that are out here. So you got to be thankful to that these men are providing that alternative perspective to these lies, because these Christians got the majority of the voice, man. They got the majority of the people. But the Lord's only looking for a small amount of people to come out of this thing, man. He ain't looking for everybody. Everybody ain't got the willpower. He ain't give the spirit on them to come up out of this world, man. He's giving the power, the spirit of deep sleep, the scriptures say. Let's actually grab that. Okay. Let me grab that. Spirit of deep sleep. Isaiah 29 and 10. Let me grab that. Going into these false prophets. There's a lot of them amongst Israel, man. Isaiah 29 and verse 1. Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt. Add ye year to year, let them kill sacrifices. Yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be heaviness and sorrow, and it shall be unto me as Ariel. And I will camp against thee round about, and will lay siege against thee with a mount. And I will raise forts against thee, and thou shalt be brought down, and shalt speak out of the ground, and thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as one that have a familiar spirit out of the ground, and thy speech shall whisper out the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible ones shall be as chaff that passeth away. Yea, it shall be at an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake, and great noise, and with storm and tempest, with the flame of devouring fire. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but when he awaketh, behold, he is faint, and his soul have appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. Yeah, you're going to think you're winning. You're going to think you're eating. That's what the majority of the nations think about that, about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They think they're better than you. That's a dream. That's like somebody who is, he dreaming of the water. He ain't drinking it. He thinking of the food, but he ain't eating it. Okay, that's the same thing. The Lord's going to confound these damn nations, man. Okay, it's just a dream. All of this ruling over Israel, man, this is just a dream. It's going to come to, it's going to end. It has an ending to it, man. This is a nightmare for the nation of Israel. It's a dream for these other heathen nations to think that they're going to be ruling forever. And when you read the book Psalms, it tells you that why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? They actually think they're going to be up high above the nation of Israel forever, perpetually. But that's not going to be the case. Their ass is going into slavery, thus saith the Lord, for what they did to the nation of Israel. Okay? They don't recognize this yet, but they will when it's time for their asses to go into slavery. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Yeah, why do the people rage, man? Why is there tumult amongst the nations, man, to actually think that they're better than the nation of Israel, man? The Lord ain't choose y'all. The Lord chose the nation of Israel. They're the chosen race. And you think Esau, Edom's the chosen race? He lied to you. He's the chosen to be destroyed. And the heathen are you other nations outside of the nation of Israel. You're a heathen. Because your ass is a possession to the nation of Israel, and your ass is going to be going into slavery for what happened to the true Israelites, the real Israelites, who came here in 1619 on slave ships, okay? And I bet you your teachers ain't teaching you that your ass is going into slavery for what you did to the nation of Israel. And that's what the Lord's saying. Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? What's that vain thing that these other nations imagine? It's vanity because the Lord, he didn't ordain it. Okay, you read the book of Isaiah, the 42nd chapter, he tells you he gave you into the hand of the robbers, which is these other heathen nations, wherever he scattered you Israelites at, for your wickedness. That's the only way they've been able to rule. Psalms 49:11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Yeah, Esau calls their lands after their own names. Look at America. America was named by Margot Vespucci. Who the hell is that? You calling yourself an American, you don't go back to a so-called white man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That damn red devil came over here on a damn boat, and you were being nice with him, and guess what? He overtook you. And that's because you lack knowledge. Hosea 4:6, you should have knew that was your enemy. Okay? You should have knew it. More so, you should know that right now. Because this devil about to come down with great wrath because he only got a short time left. That's why I was looking in today. There's some Thailand and Cambodia's fighting right now. Why is that? Because the damn devil's in rulership. He's always creating some strife between nations. Look at Pakistan and India. Two of the same people, but this damn devil went over there and caused division, just like he did in North Korea. Just like he did with the rest of these nations. Okay? Because he's the devil. He's not here to bring any peace upon the earth. There's never going to be peace with Esau in any position of power. Because what is he going to do? According to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, he's going to come and try to usurp you. He's going to try to come into your stead. Try to rule in your power. Try to do a regime change. Just like he did try to do in ancient Persia as Haman. That's the same tactic that this devil's always, he's going to keep doing the same shit over and over till you Israelites get it correct, man. You can't build a house here, live here. No, you lose. You're going to lose, man. You're going to lose everything. Your inheritance, you don't have an inheritance over here, man. Micah 2:10 tells you that. Okay? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. You got to come up out of that mindset of being an Edomite. Like you got some type of inheritance here in Babylon. You don't. The Lord said he's going to burn this place up, man. So where you going to store what you working so hard for? Where you going to store that up at? That's going to be destroyed. Okay? So you got to come out of that mindset. Okay, Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29 in verse 8 again, it shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul have appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. Yeah, all these nations are going to fight against Mount Zion. But just like the Lord just told you, you know, it's like they're dreaming, man. They're thinking they're eating, they're thinking they're drinking. It's all a setup. Okay, he's going to be using these nations to come up against each other in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And then they're going to know that they're fake. Okay, then they're going to know they ain't really eating on nothing, man. That vain imagination is going to be taken away. What are you going to do when these thermonuclear missiles start hitting this place, man? Where you going to run? Where you going to hide, man? There's nowhere to go. There's only one way to go, and that's up. And that's with the Heavenly Father and His Son, if you're part of that number. Okay? So we want to get the hell up out of here. But it starts with you repenting. This is the book of Psalms 73:20. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Yeah, thou shalt despise their image, their system. This system the Lord is going to despise. He despises it already. That's why he's starting to tear this place up. That's why you got AI infrastructure about to be implemented here. That's why he's about to take away your jobs. There's going to be no work for Egypt. what are you going to do then? What's going to sustain you then? It's going to be all hell and chaos, man. All right? And don't think your gun or you storing up, fruits in your barn going to keep you sustained in these days. That's not what's going to keep you, man. Isaiah 33 tells you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. See, they're not going to understand why these things are happening. But it's not for the heathen to understand why these things are happening. It's for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to know. Okay? That's it. It's the book of Job. Chapter 20 and verse 1. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Yeah, you don't know that? You don't know the wicked? Hey, man, we used to know this. We used to know that wickedness don't prosper anybody. But the Lord's been long-suffering with this devil. He actually allowed him to rule over the nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He actually gave you over to his hands, and now he's proud. He's proud, man. He thinks no one can stop him, but the Lord said he's going to take his ass down. And that's what we're waiting for. And Job just told you he's a hypocrite, or Zophar the Naamathite. All right? He's saying he's a hypocrite, meaning he's an actor. He's not righteous. It's all fake. It's false. And everything he's trying to present to you in a form of righteousness or a form of, making America great again, that's a fucking lie. This place is going to be destroyed. This is the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yeah, that's talking about Esau, Edom, the Edomites in the Bible, okay? The Lord he don't love everybody like this devil be telling you. No, he only loves the nation of Israel, okay? The true Israelites, the biblical Israelites that go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay? Moab and all these other nations, y'all are still got a biblical identity. But nowadays, you call yourself so-called white man, so-called black man. That's all social structure that was created. The Lord ain't call you that, okay? That's all created by this damn devil to try to disguise who the true Israelites are and who the false ones are, okay? It's all a lie, all right? But he should perish forever like his own dung. You don't know what dung is? That's the old English way of talking about your shit. When you flush shit down the toilet, do you ever think about it ever again? No, so when you perish forever like your own dog, you ain't gonna be thinking about your ass either. It's the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night, like a nightmare, like Isaiah was saying, like Job saying, like King David, I believe, in Psalm 73rd chapter was saying. Okay, you're going to be perished forever. It's like a dream. It's like a dream, man. So when you wake up in the morning, realize you're still asleep. You need to wake up, man, to this truth. Okay, the knowledge that's in this Bible, to who Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai is, man. You need to get to know the Most High and His Son before this last days come, man. And then you up out of here with this devil, okay? Because his ass is going into slavery according to Revelation, the 13th chapter, and 13, 9, and 10. Let's go grab that. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13. In verse number 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Yeah, so he that leadeth into captivity, which is slavery, shall go into captivity, which is slavery. Okay? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he got to be killed with the sword too. That's prophecy. That he's going to be taken down, just like he took down the rest of these nations. He came in as Alexander the Greek. He took down 120 provinces with the Persians. The Brits brought their red asses up into India. He gonna pay for what he did to the nation of Israel. But the same way he took down all these nations, he gonna get taken down by the nation of Israel. It's gonna be a swift, decisive. Well, it's gonna be 1,000 years too. Salakia. That's gonna be long and drawn out. Okay, but his destruction is gonna be coming swift. It's gonna be like that, man, like a thief in the night, man. This place is going 1 hour, quick. All this glory is gonna be quickly cut off. It's gonna be cut off. Okay. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints and the saints of the Israelites. According to Psalm the 50th chapter. You kill him with the sword, that's Esau. That's his blessing. His blessing was the sword, and he's used it. And now his sword, he's almost done with it. But he got one big hoorah that's coming, and then that's it. And that's what we're preparing for. Okay, that's 78 AD, that first temple destruction, when he was setting up wicked sacrifices, going all the way in the sanctuary. That's what he wants to do with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He wants to put his wicked device inside of you. And first, he's gonna start off with these wearable tracking devices that he's trying to implement. Man. He's trying to implement these wearable tracking devices on these immigrants that y'all hate so much. But those immigrants that you hate so much, they eventually gonna rule over you. Even the wicked ones, man. The ones you hate the most got the most grievous crimes. Okay? Because they're not in their right mind because this devil been ruling for so long, man. Setting up wicked alphabet agendas in these different countries, man. Setting up all this shit. Because he's the one that's in power, according to Job 9:24. This whole earth was given to him. So all these cartels and all that shit, don't think he's not involved with that shit. Okay? That's what he does. He'll set up some shit in your country just so we can get access to what he wants out of your country, man. He's the economic hitman. That's who he is. That's who Esau is. He's the economic hitman. Figuring out a way to fuck your whole society up and what do you call it when you destabilize your country. Okay? And the only way you can deal with him is by allowing him to go in your resources. It's better to have him steal your shit than destabilize your country. And then you just become a slave to him so we can set up Starbucks here in this country so you can get a $5 coffee and walk around like you're somebody in this world. Okay? You ain't nobody, man. You're a damn heathen. You're a damn heathen. And the Lord ain't messing with you. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 9. In verse 1, and God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Yeah, the flesh with the blood thereof, you ain't supposed to eat that shit, man. That's how Esau likes his meat. He likes his meat red. He likes to eat his steak medium rare. Okay? We're different from them, man. We eat our meat cooked right. That's showing you the difference between us and them. Okay, he don't follow these laws. That's what Esau is known for, eating rare meat. That's why he sold his birthright. Genesis chapter 9, verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. Yeah, so whoever sheddeth man's blood, by man's his blood shall be shed, man. So your blood gonna be shed by Israel. Okay? It's very simple. It's a simple equation. You so-called blacks want you want to be What do you want? 40 acres and a mule? Well, the Lord don't want nothing from this devil, man, because 40 acres, the land that he gonna give you, if he did give you that, is gonna be defiled with your blood. And the beast that he gives you, Lord said, Job said he wouldn't even have his dogs, wouldn't even want Esau next to his damn dogs. And you want something defiled like that? No, he gonna purge this devil up out of here, and he gonna give us the whole world under Yahweh Shah. Because everything belongs to the nation of Israel, not just those stupid ass mules in 40 acres, man. This whole, the whole world, everything was created for for Israel, man. Okay, you could read about that in Second Esdras. Was it Second Esdras? Let me see. I believe that's Second Esdras, the 6th chapter. Let me grab that. Let me grab that. That's about it. So Esau, you got a lot of things coming to you. As a matter of fact, is that it? Let me make sure I'm done with that. I didn't even grab my precept in Isaiah 29. And I wanted to read James the 4th chapter, but whatever. Whatever. We're gonna go with the spirit. That's what you're gonna have to rely on anyways. You're gonna have to rely on the spirit, man. Sometimes you gotta switch course. You might think, oh, we're gonna go this way. Then he might tell you, you know what? Nah, go this way. So there's a plan. There's a switch up, man. You gotta trust in the spirit. Okay. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightning, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and were the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin would turn, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. Yeah, even before they elect, man. Just giving examples before this, before that, in the beginning, man, before anything was ever created, man. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Yeah, so the same thoughts he had in the beginning, that was by him, man. Everything that's playing out, even me coming here, you walking, crossing the street, looking at me, wondering what the hell I'm doing. The Lord gave me the authority in his mind to come out here on this day at this time to let the nation of Israel know that the Lord created all these things to happen the way they're happening. Exactly the way it's happening. Okay? And to wake y'all to knowing who you are, bring you back into remembrance. Okay? Because we once knew this, that the Lord created these things. That's why when you read Acts the 1st chapter, they know that this world was created for them. Okay? They waiting for the kingdom to come. All right? 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the heel, and the hand is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions, Esdras, asked thou not? I answered then and said, O Lord, thou bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight. So long story short, Esau is the end of the world, okay? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Clearly, we were starting to see signs that this is coming, this is the end, man. This is Esau's end. Because Esau is not as tough as he was back then, man. Esau is not hanging you so-called Negroes anymore, man. He ain't being a devil like he used to be, man. He getting too technical. He doing shit. You know, he got you coming in, using he ain't really up front with it anymore. He gonna be up front with it soon though, when he gives these righteous decrees, and he got the right to come up and do you dirty and be backed up by Duck. Duck's gonna back up his troops going to door to door to come fulfill 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. That civil unrest, that MOTB, the multitude kindling the fire. That's what he's gonna give them the authority to do. Okay, and we're getting closer to that time, which are signs of the end, and we can see how that's starting to manifest itself. And Esdras was asking about that. Okay, just like we're asking about that, but now we see and we understand. This is that same time, man. Same time. But all these things had to happen first. Okay, us losing us going into slavery, us filling up our measure of wickedness, and us starting to wake up. This is the beginning of our freedom. Okay, John the 8th chapter tells you about that. Let me grab that as a matter of fact. John chapter 8 and verse 36. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you? John chapter 8, verse 30. As he spake these words, many believed on him. Then said Yahushua to those Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And so that's what it's doing, man. This truth is making us free from these lies, man. Thinking that we're going to perpetually be underneath this devil, who we truly are, who the promises are for, what the Lord looks like, and what Esau, who the hell Esau Edom is. We need to know these things. All these things had to be fulfilled first. And this truth is making us free, because now we understand no matter what happens to us, hey man, it's the Lord's will, first of all, and secondly, if we're Israel, hey, He gonna give us the victory. Even 2/3, man, y'all gonna come back righteous through the loins of the elect. Okay, Esau, you're gonna spend 1,000 years in slavery, man. Okay. It's the book of John, as a matter of fact, 8 and 33. Then answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we're never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? And that's a lot of y'all Israelites, man. Some of y'all actually think, oh, well, I'm Israel anyway, so no matter what, I'm good, man. Yeah, you're gonna be good in the kingdom, but you're gonna die by death by pain, man. It's gonna be a horrible death on this side, man. Okay? Lord, He gonna make sure you're gonna get what you deserve. Long story short. And a lot of y'all are super wicked. You're trying to deceive people. You're trying to make money. And the Lord sees all your wickedness. So that righteous death, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, man. Because the scriptures tell you that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So you ain't going to be able to hide anything that you're doing. Okay? Using the Lord's word as like a way to push your career or something, man. This is not for entertainment purposes, man. We do this, we put it on YouTube, but it's not for entertainment, man. It's really for the elect of Israel. They need to be fed with this word. They need to be fed with Yahushua. All that Jesus Christ bullshit, man, those lies are getting you, taking your armor off, man. You need to read Ephesians the 6th chapter. You need to have that armor on, because there's a spiritual battle coming. If you believe in Jesus Christ, then you've been disarmed. He disarmed you. Okay, into thinking that He's right. And if you think that, a lot of you who believe in that false idol, you're going to believe in his technology. Okay, the Lord's not sitting on the right hand of the Most High with a microchip in his right hand. That's not how he received everlasting power. When you look at Esau like he's a god, so he is a god of this world, but you look at him like he's the Most High God. Okay, so you're going to think, hey, you know what? Hey, the Lord gave him the capability to create this. Maybe I should take it, man. I don't want to starve. I don't want to suffer. That's the whole purpose of this truth, man. Israel's been suffering for generations now, man, waiting for the kingdom to come. But now y'all forgot about it. Y'all don't even want to rule anymore. Y'all just accepted being, you just defeated. But the Lord raised up some men that's not going to bow their knee to this damn system, to the image of Baal, okay? Or the image of Edomite. They're not going to bow the knee to this. Why would they bow the knee to something that's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles? That's stupid. But you need to get that understanding. But a lot of y'all can't even get into the water. Y'all barely dipping your foot in the water, man. You should want to know about the Lord, especially with all this technology that's out. I be looking stuff up all the time, and a lot of it's off. But hey, it's still a starting point, man. Some of the things that we're saying, go look it up yourself. Go do your own due diligence. Come into the scriptures. Come into the fold. Okay, and it starts with the name. Look up what Jesus means. It goes back to IEOUS, something like that. IEUSIS, something like that. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Showing you that there's no J. They didn't call him that in the ancient times. So y'all worshiping a new God. And he wasn't a Greek. His mother and his father wasn't Greek. They were Israelites. They were Hebrews. They spoke Hebrew. Why would I name my kid something that he's not? See, the devil he's the one who did that. Okay? And don't think he won't spend his resources to keep you Israelites in a docile state that you're in, man. And that's what he's going to do with these other Israelite camps, man. Clearly, they don't stand for anything. They don't stand for the Lord, man. Okay? They stand for the Esau. That's their God. That's what they want, that filthy lucre. They want that money. Okay? Now, there's men that's following the Lord whithersoever he goeth, and whatever comes with that, man, they're going to take it, man. You got to prepare yourself for something like that. Okay? The system it's all going to be done away with, man. Ain't going to be no work. So what you going to do then? You take your job. What are you going to do then? You're gonna take the chip then? That's what we want to know. That's the test. That's what we want to see. We want these things to happen, and you should get aligned with the will of the Lord too. Okay? Being built up. John chapter 8, in verse 33 again, they answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we're never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Yes, that's what y'all think. We ain't never in bondage, man. Slavery been over. What are you talking about, man? Hold on, I believe I'm an Israelite, but hold on, I'm free, man. I'm getting the bag right now. Now you ain't free, man. Baruch 3 and 8 tells you we are yet this day in our captivity. I don't know what Elam's looking at. Let me grab that. Book of Baruch. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3. I'll start at the top. O Lord Almighty, God of Israel, the soul in anguish, the troubled spirit crieth unto thee. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee. For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearkened unto the voice of thee, their God, for the which caused these plagues cleave unto us. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Lord our God, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. Exactly, man. That's why we here serving our damn enemies, going to them for the want of all things, having to be subject to these damn devils. Okay? But their time's coming to an end. And it's a gift from the Lord to give us our nationality back. Because there's nothing great about the so-called white man. All he does is he knows how to steal, kill, and destroy. He's the devil. Okay? So while this earth perishes away and everyone takes this damn microchip that they're going to be receiving with gladness, now we're going to rebel against this damn devil, man. Because we know he got but a short time. And his mission here is to deceive y'all into thinking that he can save you. This devil can't save you, and nor does he want to save you. He has no plans of saving you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because if you knew who you were, then you know who he is, and it's not in his best interest to have you be in any position of being in power, man. You got to keep his foot on your neck. All right? Baruch 3 and 9, hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead. Yeah, that you defiled with the dead, man. The heathen, man. 2/3 of the nation of Israel that want to be here, man. So you got to know that. You in a strange land. All right? We don't remember what was happening in the western parts of Africa. I know that shit was strange as hell. Looking at those damn Hamites, man. Okay, but now we over here. Okay, in the modern day Egypt, in the house of bondage. Still being subject to payments to Esau Edom. He's taking your money, and what does he do? He's flipping it on you and robbing you, man. Keeping you low. Paying people that are around you to keep you out of the truth with your own money. And that's why the Lord's going to destroy this place. The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 11. That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hadst walked in the way of God, thou shouldst have dwelled in peace forever. Yeah, you would have dwelt in peace forever by sticking with the Lord. But nope, we went the other way. But when you have the true understanding of the Bible, you understand this is all for, you got to know the good and evil. This is like it's a co-op with the Lord. It's affliction. Israel's going through the affliction now. A lot of these heathen, man, they're so comfortable, man. You're going to watch, they're going to crash out the soonest, man. They don't got no spiritual integrity. So all of this affliction that the Lord has brought us through, ultimately, it benefited us. So he was with us the whole time because we're not weak like these other heathen nations. You can see, look at how they even come up against what's going on in their governments. Okay? They dye their hair to come out and protest. It's foolishness. They cut their rods off and they beg for like, what the hell are we doing here? Esau is already being destroyed. He's already destroying his own people. Okay? A king like that, man, destroying his own people, that kingdom's not going to stand. Especially when Isaiah the 19th chapter happens, when Egyptian goes up against Egyptian. You should watch that movie Civil War when the sniper had fucking painted nails and he was shooting at somebody else, man. That's the type of the Babylon men, their warriors become like women. And that's a clear sign at the end of a society. Okay? But the Lord's putting the end to all of that, man. You can't see that? Because you ain't got no wisdom. You don't see that. You don't go to the Middle East and think you're gonna win something over there, man. You go over there to get judged and get put to death, man. That's where your kingdom fails at, man. So when them things start to happen, when the least of the flock starts drawing this devil out to get going to the valley of Jehoshaphat, then you know that this time is over. No one goes over to the Middle East to become a great kingdom. So what the hell is this devil talking about making this place great again when your ass is going to be dying in the Middle East? They're going to kill you. They're going to blow you up. And ultimately, it's the Lord that's going to give them the upper hand. Okay? It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 14. Learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where is length of days and life, where is the light of the eyes and peace. Yeah, you better learn where that's at. You better learn where the length of days at, and it's in the scriptures. You got to learn how to walk again like a baby. Okay? Because you've been stumbling like a drunkard for a long time now. Now it's time to walk upright. The only way you can do that is through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 15. Who have found out her place, or who have come into her treasures? Where are the princes of the heathen become? And such as ruled the beast upon the earth. They that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoarded up silver and gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting. For they that wrought in silver and were so careful, and whose works are unsearchable, they are vanished and gone down to the grave, and others are come up in their steads. And that's Israel coming up in the steads of these damn heathen. Ultimately, Esau. Okay? The Lord's setting them up. Setting them up, man. Going back to him being, this is just a dream. Okay? This is just a dream, but they're going to wake up in captivity after they get destroyed in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And then who are they going to see in the new world ruling? What are they going to see in that time? The scriptures tell you about that. There's a time after this time that you're currently in, man. This is a dream. This is false. It's all a bunch of lies. For this system to be where it's at, it's a lie, man. Israel at the bottom and the servant at the top. That's a nightmare, man. It's a damn nightmare. And you're gonna see it's a nightmare. More and more we get closer to the nitty gritty. More and more we get closer to Isaiah 33. Jeremiah 30 and 7. You know, that Jacob's trouble. Okay? We're getting closer to that time. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse number 20. Young men have seen light and dwelt upon the earth, but the way of knowledge have they not known, nor understood the paths thereof, nor laid hold of it. Their children were afar off from that way. It have not been heard of in Canaan, neither have it been seen in Teman. The Agarenes that seek wisdom upon earth, the merchants of Meron, and the thieves, the authors of fables and searchers out of